Hi guys, Phil here from RxSport, and today we're doing a little goggle 101. So I'm sure you've heard terms bandied around for spherical, toric, full right frame, half frame. So I thought we'd take a few minutes just to explain what it all means and what it means to you when you purchase a pair of goggles, what to look out for. So if you look first of all, you see goggles comes in all sorts of similar shapes and sizes, a few different glaring, different obvious things. Generally you've got kind of two splits. You've got frameless, which as it sounds, there's no frame around the goggle, or a full frame goggle, where you've got a visible frame around the goggle, which kind of shape of the goggle itself. The other thing you have is the lens shape. So when it comes to lenses, you have a few different shapes, the actual lens itself. So we have the traditional goggle shape, which is a cylindrical lens, which is completely flat as you go around there. And then you can see on that way, there's no bulbous part to it, it's literally flat. I like to remind people, it's kind of like that lens has been cut out of a well-known Chris brand's tube. So that's our cylindrical lens. Again, you see that there on our Tom Ford goggle, a bit more clear because it's frameless. It is literally like it's been cut out of a cylinder and it's completely flat. So that's what we class as a cylindrical lens. Next up, you've got the spherical lens. So again, trying to use your imagination there. If you imagine this lens has been cut out of a football, so it's completely round. So you'll see how that lens curves both in that direction, the x-axis, and the y. So again, it's spherical. Now, a lot of people find the optically them superior. You know, our eyes are generally a round shape, and being able to replicate that with a lens helps to reduce that lens distortion and help to really correct things optically. On the other side, now the hybrid, in the last few seasons, we've seen what they call toric, which, again, if we go back to imagine stuff being cut out, think of a rugby ball or American football for our friends across the pond. So it's a bit like a spherical goggle again, in that, you know, the lens does bulge both across and top to bottom, but it's kind of like it's a bit more stretched out. So this bulge in that direction isn't as dramatic. And again, because everything, you know, biologically our eyes aren't perfect spheres, this kind of is the superior, the top lens shape we're in at the moment that we find optically superior compared to everything else. But stuff we stock these days, everything is absolutely superior. Optically, no hesitation recommending any of our goggles, and optically they're all fantastic. Now with the lenses, obviously you can see there's a huge range of shapes, colours, sizes. So where do we go with that? So lens colour, the tint, you find a number of different tints basically for the conditions that you're in. So you'll have lenses for low light conditions, so it's cloudy on the mountain or foggy, where basically it lets more light through. But you tend to have a bit more tint, give you a bit more pop, a bit more contrast to really help spot hazards on the mountain when the light isn't as good. And then you'll see you have bigger, bolder lens tints which are darker, generally with a mirror, which are obviously better suited for brighter conditions. What we see these day and age, Oakley quite a few years ago now released prism technology, which is a high contrast lens technology. And a lot of brands do the same now. So in Smith, you've got their chroma pop lens technology, you've got Vivid, you've got Luma lens, Clarity, Volt, there's Phantom, there's so many different words for it, but they're all offering this high contrast lens technology designed for that white snow environment to really help you spot hazards on the mountain, spot patches of ice. You see it across the board. And again, the bulk of what we do is that high-end, high contrast lens technology, which we find absolutely fantastic. Sticking on the lenses, what you find as well is, in order to help you stay fog free and see what's going on the mountain, the majority of lenses are dual lenses. So if you think of your double glazing at home, 2 layers with a trap air in the middle to basically stop the warm environment from your face and that cold environment outside meeting, and that's what causes that condensation of fogging on the lenses. So the majority of stuff this day and age is a dual layer lens, which is absolutely fantastic. And again, with the higher end stuff, so like your Anons, your Oakleys, your Smiths, they'll be treated as well with an anti-fog coating on the inside of the lens to really help keep you fog free. The other thing as well you'll notice is venting. So venting has certainly developed over the last few seasons, the last decade, and basically the more venting we get on that goggle, the better the airflow through the lens and the clearer it's going to keep you. So you'll see with all these goggles, we flip them up, you've got venting at the bottom there. Now sometimes it's foam and sponge, other times it might have a plastic guard over it, and so that's to help keep the snow out, keep debris out, and that allows that air to come in through the bottom, and then we're going to vent out through the top. And again, you'll see with all these goggles, you've got different shapes, different sizes, different designs, but essentially all doing the same thing, where we're trying to maximise that air coming out the top of the goggle increase the ventilation and keep you fog free. Now, a question we get asked quite a bit, and rightly so, is what happens when I put a helmet on? Am I going to block those vents? Now, helmets, obviously over the last decade or so, have become more and more popular on the mountain, and helmet manufacturers responded really well, in that you'll see a lot of helmets now actually have venting built into the brim, so you're not blocking the vent on that goggle and get rid of all that hard work the goggle manufacturers put in. So actually the air will come out the goggle and vent out the top of the helmet. So yeah, no concerns there with wearing any of these goggles with helmets. It's what they're designed to do and work fantastically well. Moving around the goggle, obviously your strap. That's what's going to keep it on your head and your helmet, keep you nice and snug. Now, majority of goggles will have some form of silicone to help really grip the helmet, grip your head. Sometimes it could be a pattern, such as we've got here on the Dragons. Sometimes it could literally just be a couple of beads of silicone, but that is really, really grippy. So you're not going to lose your goggles over the top of your helmet or anything like that, which works fantastic well. Now, when you've got the goggle on, obviously comfort is key. And again, you'll see different levels of foam on the inside of the goggle. The majority of stuff we stock tends to be a double or a triple layer face foam. As it sounds, there's multiple layers. You can see it here on the Anon, you've got 3 layers. You've got the light grey, the black, and then there's this final layer that sits on the skin, which is almost like a microfiber fleece, which is really soft on the skin, but it actually helps to wick away sweat as well. So again, for all day comfort, absolutely fantastic. So that's something to look out for as well. If you're wearing that, you're going out for a week's holiday, you're on that mountain all day for hours on end, you don't want to rubbing and making your face sore. So yeah, certainly look out for anything with a microfiber fleece liner. They're really fantastic as well. The thing that we're obviously big here at RxSport is prescription. Now, a lot of our customers are spectacle wearers, and you kind of got a couple of options that you can do. You've got OTG or the insert. And we put a whole video together, which you can see in the link below. But essentially, an OTG goggle, as it stands for over the glasses, and they'll fit over your specs. So you've got stuff like the Anon here, for example, which I can put over my specs, takes off, and you see that all sits encased within that goggle. And what they do to make it super comfy is actually cut out part of the goggle frame, which then allows you to compress the foam so the side of your glasses don't push inside your head, and that helps keep everything comfy. Personally, here at RxSport, we prefer the insert option, which is one of these little inserts here, which clip on the inside of the goggle. Now, they will fit a huge array of our goggles. We test everything here in-house and do offer them. And you can see that insert just sits nicely on the inside of that goggle there. And again, once you've got it on, it's barely visible. So you can wear that, and it's all day comfort as well. It really helps you optically too. Now, you should see me just there take that lens out the Anon really nice and quickly. Lens changes things certainly come on leaps and bounds with traditional goggles like this one here, where you'd have to pull the frame apart in order to change the lens. Still exists, it's still there, but every brand tends to have an option there where we can swap and change lenses really quickly. Excuse me. So you saw here with the Anon, this uses magnets. Now, they are really, really strong. So basically we can pull that goggle off to release it, and then the magnets in there would literally just self-locate. Even from a distance, you can see how strong they are. One of the easiest, quickest changes on the market. A number of brands will do magnets now, and they've added catches on there as well, just for that extra bit of security, just to hold the lens secure. But you handle some of these, you can see how much force is required to pull it out. So the other way that brands sometimes do it is they'll have latches and catches, for example. So Dragon do it really nicely with their switch lock technology. Spy have a quick latch as well. Essentially, take the Dragon for example, we're just flicking 2 little catches up, the lens comes off, put it back on, and push that back down. Now again, stuff like that, you can do it with your goggles on, you can do it with your gloves on, you can do it on the mountain. It just makes everything easier, especially if you're caught out, the weather's coming in, you want to change things quickly to get down. Having systems like this just lend themselves really well to it. So that's a little 101 for you. Any questions, you want to find out more, just hook us up. You can find us at rxsport.co.uk, ping us an email, live chat, phone us, pop a message in the comments below, and we'll get back to you.